All right, YouTube, what up? Before we get into what I would call my Sneak and Geek special, where I interview a guest and we go over a few topics that we discuss over here, I must give you a full disclaimer. The audio in this video is trash, okay? I'm not, what I think happened is that I have a new mic and then I have my older mic, and my guest was using my older mic, and I believe that when she was talking, my mic did not pick up her voice, and when I talked, her mic picked up mine. So it sounds like you're hearing double my voice um, when she talks. Okay, so everybody knows audio isn't my strength. I promise you, when the channel becomes profitable, the first thing I'm going to invest in is an audio specialist, because Jesus Christ, I tried to save it as much as I can, but honestly, uh, I went back and forth all week on whether or not I wanted to release this because the audio was so bad, and ultimately I let the guest decide. She wanted to see it, so I'm going to go ahead and release it. For those of you, if you feel like the audio is too unbearable for you to listen to, fair enough. You're more than welcome to drop a dislike. But we are going to do another interview soon and make up for it. And this time, I promise you that the audio is going to be a lot better. So here you go. This is the Sneak and Geek special. Let's get it. What makes you think that I'm an answer if you ain't mine? All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to. Hold on.
Okay,
Hold on.
just
Hold on.
happened. Are you okay?
No, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, we're gonna do this over. Oh, that's gonna be funny when I'm editing. Uh, let's do this. Let me do this over. Let me do this over.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Sneaking Geek special. Well, fuck. Let me start that over. Let me start that over because there hasn't been a Sneaking Geek special. So, okay, okay. Let me do this over. All right, because it's funny because we actually doing it. Ladies and
Trey. Oh my God.
yo, I'm an idiot, and this is
That,
gonna be gold for
you're
when I
not you're
edit
not an
this.
idiot. You just
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this a very special episode of Sneaking Geek Live. Although we're not live, we're doing this pre-recorded. Y'all know because I ain't trying to fuck this up. All right, we're doing this for the first time. I have a very special guest in the building. We're going to introduce. Y'all know who I am. I am Atreus. Some people say Atreus. Others might say Atreus. Y'all know I really like that. Welcome to the platform. Make sure you're hitting the like video. But we're going to introduce you to our special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, my name is Deja. I'm very honored to be able to be interviewed today by Trey. We've been
Atreus.
Trey is. We've been friends for about 5, 6 years, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be on this show.
All right, absolutely. So, for those of you who don't know, over here we cover the entertainment industry and all of the bullshit politics around it. We talk about movies mainly, TV shows, sometimes books, sometimes very rarely comic books, video games, depending on now my audience. We try to do the video game thing, but I'm gonna be honest, my audience don't give a fuck about video games. I'm gonna keep it a beanie, but mostly we talk about pop culture, and I consider myself to be a professional shit talker, a culture warrior, and a writer. You get what I'm saying? Our goal over here is we're trying to do. There's a culture war being fought all over America right now, and we fight one part of it. Now, there's some people that make content talking about the gender war. We don't do that over here. We'll comment on it every now and again, but right now we're just talking about the culture war as it pertains to our entertainment, because what we believe over here is that there are certain people trying to infiltrate our entertainment and force us to like shit that we don't like. So we talk about that over here, and what we're doing here is we're bringing my friend Deja in because most people don't talk about the stuff we talk about over here, and so we kind of want to you know capture the minds of casual people and see what they think about all of this. So pause. We're gonna edit that out. All right. So first things first, Deja, I want to know, um, do you consider yourself a nerd?
A nerd? Kinda, yeah. I kinda do, actually. I kinda do consider myself to be a nerd. I kinda like things and into things that most people that I would consider my friends are kinda not into.
Okay. Okay. So kind of let me know. what is it, the nerdiest shit? Maybe it's something that you're embarrassed about, or maybe it's something that you're not. But what is the nerdiest shit you think you probably like? That like if somebody saw you watching or listening or just participating in whatsoever, they would say, "Oh, this motherfucker's a geek."
Okay. I definitely want to do cosplay. I love to dress
Ooh.
up. I want to go to Comic-Con.
Okay. Hold on. Okay, so before she goes on about cosplay, shout out to Regicide, okay? Regicide, who when you see this, that's gonna give him a goddamn boner. I ain't gonna lie to you, because that nigga has been telling me, yo, you need to get some people to cosplay on your show. You need to get some people. I'm like,
hmm
bro, like, listen, it's gonna be hard to get somebody to come up with a brand new outfit. I plan on doing that when we get the show, the actual show that I want to do. We're gonna have cosplayers. Fuck it, I'm gonna cosplay.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
let's make this very clear. I'm going to cosplay, and so that's actually Regicide would love that. So go ahead.
But yeah, so I'm into cosplay. I mean, I don't know. This is probably not nerdish, but I mean, I love alternative music.
Okay.
I'm kind of into all that. I mean, I love reading. I don't know if any of that really. Outside
I
of the
mean, yeah.
dressing up and sitting and watching anime all day. I mean,
Anime definitely makes you. I don't know if it makes you a nerd anymore because literally everybody's watching anime now.
I feel like literally everybody just hopping on the train of
Mm-hmm.
anime because I mean, I feel like, okay, I'm not like, I would consider myself to be a newbie. It's only been like 3 years, but I feel like within them 3 years, I have seen people that just hop on the train. Like they'll wear a anime shirt and I'll be like, oh, shit, I love that anime. And I start talking to them about it and they're just like, what the hell are you talking about? And I'll just be like, your shirt. Oh, I just got it because it was cool and everybody's wearing anime. And I'll just be like, that was awkward.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody's definitely hopping on the train, but it is what it is. I mean, we can't complain about uh both sides or whatever the case may be. We can't complain because on one end, we grew up thinking that we're gonna get made fun of for watching it,
Yeah.
and so we can't. Now that everybody's embracing it, we can't really complain that everybody's jumping on bad. I just think it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Just growing up knowing that. And then a lot of people say that it wasn't watching it that was weird. It's motherfuckers would come to school and try to reenact. Now that's something I would never do.
Now I'm not gonna hold you. Okay, then this might make me a nerd for real. I'm not gonna hold you. I'll be ready to go in fourth gear sometime, Luffy style, bro. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'll be trying to do Luffy style.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
What? See, it's the anime reference.
I don't know.
One Piece? You've never watched One Piece?
No.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on. Let me let the audience know. I am a casual anime fan.
Okay.
I wouldn't even consider myself an anime fan because I don't go out of my way looking for anime to watch.
No.
A lot of people be like, "Oh, you're an anime fan?" I'm like, "Nah." They're like, "Well, did you watch X, Y, Z?" I'm like, "Yeah." Well, then you're an anime fan. I'm like, "Yeah," but
See?
y'all still watching anime? Like y'all out here doing stuff like Demon Slayer.
Yeah, oh my God.
And One Piece.
Yeah, that's yes.
I only recently finished Naruto.
My Hero Academia.
I never seen that in my life. I just recently got into Attack on Titan, and my ex forced me to watch that. She came over here
It's
like
pretty
almost
decent.
every other day and made me watch that shit. And it's good. It's pretty good.
Baki. You ever heard of Baki? Can you please just give Baki a chance?
I'll put it on my list.
Okay, that we're good then.
Okay. Uh, the thing that I would say that would probably like a nerdish thing that I like that would, I don't want to say embarrassing, but I ain't gonna lie. Like if you brought that shit up in a group full of niggas gonna look at you weird. I still love the fuck out of Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know what it is about. Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like anime space.
Oh wait, yeah, I used to do those a few times.
Am I playing Yu-Gi-Oh? Fuck no. I ain't finna buy no cards. I ain't finna be sitting up here with the little template. You know what I'm saying? I'm some dark magician. I'm not doing all that. But every now and again, I will go back and rewatch the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean that's not bad.
Yeah. I'll go back and I'll rewatch the show. And there's this free game on my phone. It's called Master Duel. I'll play that every now and again on my phone when I'm bored. So
How do you feel about D&D?
Dungeons and Dragons.
So I forgot to mention this when you was asking me about my nerd. Now me personally, I do not do D&D, okay? But I'm actually this April going to a wedding, and it's a D&D wedding, and I'm going as an elf. I'm pretty tall for a woman. I'm 5'8", so I am a human elf hybrid, and my name is Thea. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's cosplay, but it's different. I feel like, they making the weddings different and stuff, and I think I'll be down for that.
That actually sounds really dope. Now, shout out to all my Rings of Power haters up there, because we talk about nigga elves all the goddamn time. So give you some background on nigga elves. So if you know anything about Lord of the Rings, they recently did a show called Rings of Power on Amazon. They spent over $1 billion on that show, which is
Lord,
ridiculous.
It wasn't worth the $1 billion.
Hell, fuck.
I'm not a Lord of Rings fan.
Yeah. So, but the biggest thing about Lord of the Rings is it's written by this guy named I'm drawing a blank. If y'all fucking judge me, I will never get on YouTube. I'm drawing a fucking blank. Tolkien. Yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien. I'm sorry. I didn't want to fuck up and call him George. No.
See, you finna fuck it up.
I'm about to fuck it up. Yeah, and I don't. Hey, listen, y'all niggas ain't finna roast me today. But so the thing is, Tolkien specifically described everybody in those books. They're extremely descriptive. And what they decided, they was going to make some elves black, just for the fuck of it. And people were complaining about this. Now, the first thing we're going to jump to is racism, or whatever the case might be. My thing is, if you're going to change something like that, you have to have a reason for it. Now, in the book that I'm writing, I actually have black elves, but I have a reason for it. And it's explained in the story. I'm not going to talk about that right now, because I could be here for hours talking about that. But there's a reason for it. You can't just say nigga elves right there.
So that's my biggest thing. I feel like people nowadays are trying to incorporate more black things inside of their movies and TV shows and stuff that wasn't originally written like that, because they're trying to please everyone, which is kind of going to make some people upset, whether you're white, black, whatever your race is. Because if you're, for example, a good example would be, okay, I'm just going to name one of my favorite books. Okay, I like 50 Shades of Grey, right? Now, we know they describe them a certain way in the book. Now, when I get to the movie, I expect to see Anna as white. I expect to see Mr. Grey as white, because that is how they were described. But if I get on the movie and Mr. Grey is black, it kind of disappoint me, because it's like, this is not what I was so ready for this movie. The book was good, and now I get here and it's like you're changing things completely to please other people. And I just feel like it's unnecessary. You should keep things how it was written. If you wanted black people in there, you would have put them in there. That's just how I look at it. Black people don't have to be everywhere, because we're not. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and that's one of the things we're gonna get into today in just a moment, actually. And so it's just funny that you brought up, being an elf, and we always make the joke about nigga elves. It's funny. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the first topic, which is, it's funny that you talk about being an elf, and we're going straight into this. So, we.
You are hilarious.
So everybody knows Haley Bailey is playing the Little Mermaid now, and this has created a lot of uproar. All right, people are mad. Other people are calling out racism and everything, but I kind of want to get your take on what was your initial reaction in seeing her as Little Mermaid, or knowing that she was being cast as Little Mermaid, and how, just what are your overall thoughts on it?
Not trying to be funny, but I feel like it was extremely unnecessary. The only reason why I said I get they're trying to make maybe black little girls feel like, okay, that can be us. We can, feel empowered, but I feel like it's unnecessary because the Little Mermaid is not a black girl. She was a white girl that was red with red hair. So now that the movie is coming out, especially someone who grew up on those type of movies, I would want me finally be able to see it live action. I want to see Ariel white and I want to see her with the red hair. You know, I'm not saying that she's not going to play a good part. She's not going to do good. That's besides the fact. I want to see the movie the way that the animation was made, you know, or how the books is, how we know Ariel. So, you know, some people take it as, you know, this is our time, but we have our time, and we had, you know, Princess. What movie was that? Was it Princess and the Frog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we had Princess and the Frog.
Which, for the record, a lot of people, including whites, want to see that a live action. A lot of people was like, why y'all ain't just make a Princess and the Frog movie instead of doing this?
Correct, because now what you're doing is you're making it okay to say that you can just change someone's work just because it's a different generation and we deserve to have ourselves. And I mean, I'm just sorry, but the whole, it's just becoming overrated with the whole I'm black and I should be in everything. You know what I'm saying? It's unnecessary. If you weren't in there in the beginning, it's okay. You could go make your own movie about a mermaid that's black. Make a movie called Siren something and the mermaid is black. Like, you don't have to go and hop off of somebody else's work and then say, okay, we're going to add in a black person or a gay person or a trans person. Like, you don't have to add that stuff in there if it wasn't already in it. So that'd be my biggest thing. So I'm kind of not hyped to see this movie. Kind of really don't care for it because it's just like, it's not what I want.
For the record, she is not being paid to say this. I just want to make that very fucking clear. She is not being paid to say this.
No.
Okay, so yeah, so this actually thwarts my plan. I'm actually surprised that you have to say. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more pushback. To be honest with you, I expected, and I'm pretty sure there's more people out there that have a different take on it. I expected a little different. I agree with you. I feel my problem with us, not just us, but with Hollywood, is that one, I believe that black women are being used as human shields.
Mm-hmm.
They're using you to protect themselves from criticism. Hollywood has lost all originality. Notice, very rarely do you see anything new being created.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to remake or do live action versions of everything because they don't want to make anything new. And what they're doing is when they make something new, they're trying to do the whole diversity and inclusion thing with it to protect themselves, so that
if you turn out not to like what it is that they're doing, they can just deflect and say, hey, you just don't like black women. You know what I'm saying? Let me turn my volume up a little bit. Make sure. Mic check. Okay, so yeah. So
they can just say, hey, you don't like this group, you don't like that. I think Haley is a tremendous actor. I think she looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? Look at these pictures. It ain't the looks ain't problem. It's just the fact that I find it interesting.
Marketing.
And I find it interesting. Y'all ain't gonna go and replace no Asian people with no fucking black. Y'all ain't gonna go and replace no Hispanic people with no black.
You're not finna replace a black main character with a white person because you're automatically gonna say, well, why couldn't the person originally be black? You're gonna say, oh, that's being, you're being racist now. You want to turn her white. Like, okay, this might be jumping off subject, but because we're talking about changing things and adding different race, okay, we all familiar with the Proud Family. Okay. I don't know about you, but I loved the Proud Family growing up. It was amazing. The characters was amazing. They had different races in there. You know what I'm saying? At one point they had some sisters blue. Okay. They were blue. So it's not, I feel like now with the reboot, it is so horrible. And the reason why I say it's so horrible is because they done added so much stuff in it. It was one scene on there that I just thought was so outrageous that basically
Let me guess. Tell me it's the slaves built this country shit.
Actually, no, did not hear that one, but I'm talking about where, what was the girl name with the glasses, the white one?
Oh, when she was trying to, hold on, let me try to guess one more time. When she was trying to explain to the other girls that the dude said he only date white girls,
Was that?
Yeah, that she chose, and then and she said you only got chose because you were white, and then you got the trans little boy, whatever, talking about some. Yeah, it's because you're white, and it's just one of them things. Like, why are we? If this is predominantly because for us, it was for kids. That TV show was not on Adult Swim. It was not for adults entertainment. It was for us. So if you're rebooting it to be for children again, why are we adding all this extra stuff in it? The Proud Family was fine how it was. You're adding, the gender identity stuff in there. You're adding the racism comments. Like, they don't need to know that. Oh, you only got chose because you were white. So now when they go to school, if something don't go their way, oh, it's because you're white. It's because you're black. It's because they want to be like you, or you're black and they want to make you feel special, so they're choosing you. So now as black people we want it to be equal. We're not being equal. We're being marketed and we're being used. They see now that being black, actually accepting black people, makes our pockets bigger than not accepting them.
Well,
that's how I feel like.
I disagree with that.
Oh,
I actually disagree with that. I believe that it's not making their pockets bigger, which is why you're about to see a lot of this shit go out the window. So if you aren't familiar, Disney recently just laid off 7,000 people. Marvel just fired their VIP or VFX director is a woman named Victoria Alonso. She was in charge. She was a woman of color, not black. She's like from Argentina or something like that. Her ass got fired, which they used her contract against her. Like they were saying she had a no compete clause, and she recently did a movie with another studio called Argentina 1985 or something like that. And they used that, saying it was a violation of her contract to fire her. What I believe is that they are starting to see that this woke shit ain't working. And she's famous for saying this line. She was in an interview because this is Marvel. She was in an interview. They were asking her about X-Men, and this bitch don't say, well, there's actually women in the X-Men, so that name's a little out.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I would have took her off too, because see what I'm saying? That is unnecessary. Now you want to change X-Men to X people? Like,
She wanted to call them the mutants.
No, X-Men. Okay, and I mean a woman is in there, but that does not change what the movie or the show was about. Like you're being extra. Oh, it says X-Men. They're being sexist. They only care about men. Women need to be added in here. That's crazy. That's insane.
I want to reiterate, ladies and gentlemen, she is not being paid.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The point was to bring somebody on there that maybe had a different view. I mean, no, I'm not always looking to bring somebody with a different view. I'm just to capture the minds of people that aren't in our everyday conversation. So this is not going the way that I thought it was going to go.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
I thought this was going to be a little bit more contentious. I told her we wasn't going to discuss anything off camera because I wanted to be authentic. So I thought it was going to be a little bit more contentious, but
I mean, we had a little disagreement. You said you didn't agree with they were trying to market off of us.
No. They are trying to market off of us. I disagree that it's work.
Oh, okay. Well, they were trying to make their pockets bigger.
Yeah. They thought that. See, here's the thing about business. And I want people to understand this: that any good business is always trying to grow. And so when it came to, let's take Marvel for instance, right? Everybody knows that the first 3 phases of Marvel was the bomb. We ended it with Endgame and Infinity War.
My God!
Everybody loved it. But any business that you're running, if you're continuing to do well, you're failing. You're always trying to figure out how to grow.
Correct.
And so they look at their revenue source and they look at their demographics. They're looking at, okay, a large percentage of our audience are men. How do we get the women more involved? And that's what they do. And so what Kevin Feige did, and everybody knows what Kevin Feige is, he decided we're going to make Marvel, we're going to bring more women into Marvel. And they fucked it up. They fucked it up horrifically because I don't know if you seen She-Hulk. Did you see She-Hulk on?
Oh no! Like I feel like She-Hulk. Okay, I seen like a scene from it when I actually walked into the house and my nephew was watching it, and it was just like, who was twerking or something weird.
And Megan Thee Stallion.
Megan Thee Stallion does not need to be a part of Marvel. Okay. That's rule number 1. I'm not trying to be funny, no shade at Megan or anything like that. I'm not a hot girl anymore. But, I feel like I said, like you said, they're trying to incorporate certain things to try to make everyone in the world happy. And I just feel like you can't do that to have a successful business. You just can't. Like, I don't know. I just feel like She-Hulk was not needed, so I didn't feel like it was needed to be put in my brain, so I didn't watch it. I don't have any plans on watching it either.
We're going to react to this, right? Play the scene for you, right?
The scene I was talking about?
Nah, I want you to, I'm going to mute our mics, and I want you to see a ridiculous scene from the show, okay?
Okay.
This is why. This is why.
This She-Hulk?
Okay.
Hear the waves breaking. Feel the breath, no judgment.
So when do you think I can leave
Let's just
here?
focus on each day as they come, Jen.
I mean, I legitimately do have a life to get back to.
I know I've been pushing you through a lot, but being a superhero is a trial by fire.
Bruce, I'm not gonna be a superhero.
What else you gonna do as a Hulk?
Return to my career that I have spent years building. Use my law degree that I am still paying off a fortune in student loans for.
It's not one or the other, Jen. I am trying to show you that we can live between what we want and what is. But we can't pretend like we are two of the few people on Earth that can actually protect her, which is why we have to make sure of your ability to tolerate the stress and regulate your emotions, especially your anger.
Well, here's the thing, Bruce. I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time. When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult, or might just literally get murdered. So I'm an expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. So all of this just feels like projecting a lot of shit onto me.
See.
No, I'm doing this.
Okay, this is completely new territory.
You guys have outgrown your binder, cuz. Love you, Bruce, but I'm going home.
Okay. So, what was your reaction to seeing that?
I don't know. Like, based on the fact of what she was saying to him.
She said, "I control my anger infinitely more than you." Now, mind you, who she's talking to. She's talking to Bruce fucking Banner.
I don't know. I guess in the context of her saying that she's a woman and she has to do it all the time and she does it more than him. Me personally, I kind of don't agree with that. If we're talking about it in that context, I actually believe men hold their emotions and their feelings in a little bit more, and their anger a little bit more more than women. Mm-hmm. I personally do, because you will see a woman cry before a man, for a fact. You know, men do get angry, they yell and raise their voice, but you'll be pretty much more so like on a silent tone, and then women usually be the ones, you know, not trying to be a hypocrite or them, but like just yelling and shit, just yelling, trying to hit and do all that crazy stuff. Because when they mad, then they'll say, well, I was mad and I was upset and I just, you know.
You know, I mean, it's cool. We just thought that, you know, that was highly egregious, because Bruce Banner's entire character is based on controlling his anger. So we're talking about a man who's, I think his father killed his mother or something like that, and he lost his woman. He spent his entire life running from the government. You know, he can't have sex, right?
Oh my God.
He can't have sex with anybody, right?
I think he's doing an amazing job.
The fact that someone would lecture him and say, I control my anger more than you because you get catcalled, because men at your job try to explain your job to you, or because you'll literally get murdered. Like, bro.
The murder part, I don't know if you see my face, but the murder part did have me at like, murder? What?
Yeah.
That was kind of wild.
Because that's, I mean, like a lot of feminists, like they lean on that trope, like, oh, like, because I'm a woman, like I can be murdered at any point. I mean, I guess technically you could be murdered at any point.
Anyone can be murdered at any point.
Men are statistically speaking, men are more prone to violent crimes than women. So I don't like. It's not that I don't get where they get this narrative from. It's just that like you're over exaggerating it. But okay, so we're gonna move on to the next topic. We're gonna talk about Hogwarts Legacy. Really, not really Hogwarts Legacy. So much as the gender politics. Well,
Dun, dun, dun.
because and the reason why I'm doing Harry Potter or Hogwarts Legacy, ladies and gentlemen, because like I said, we try to keep entertainment focused on here, and so Hogwarts Legacy is a game. I will show you the trailer for it. You know what? No, we're not going. No, you get Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is a game that is basically a journey of being a goddamn wizard. All right, and everybody was so excited about it, but then the whole controversy about it being made by the Harry Potter being connected to J.K. Rowling, who of course created it, and then all of these people were call themselves trying to boycott it, right? And they were telling people that if you play it and you're a bigot, if you play it, you're transphobic. And the game ends up selling over $1 billion, which tells you kind of what people actually think about all this trans shit, right? And so I know you wanted to talk about it. First of all, tell the people, are you a Harry Potter?
I am somewhat a Harry Potter fan. I just need to brush up a little bit more on my Harry Potter. It was so long ago when I was watching it, but I am a Harry Potter fan. I can sit down and watch it and read the books.
So she's not really a super fan, and neither am I, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, like I just finished watching the movie. Like, I just finished watching all the movies.
It's good though.
Yeah,
it's
really
good.
good. But I played the game. I played the game on stream for our audience, and I gotta be honest with you. That game was crack. It won't be a game of the year because of the politics around. You had journalists who wouldn't even cover the game. We seen journalist websites beefing with other journalist websites for covering the game. Like it was mad.
You see, this is so unnecessary. Do you literally see how far this trans movement is honestly going? Like, this is Harry Potter, something that's been around for a while, and something that most people know who Harry Potter is. Even if you're not into wizards and stuff like that, you know who the hell Harry Potter. You know what the scar looks like. And you never had to watch the movie. So it's like Harry Potter is something big. And it's like, I feel like the trans community finds the biggest things, big things that causes big audience to try to push their movement on. Harry Potter, we know it's something big. We know that half of the, not trying to be funny, but let's just say half of the world knows about Harry Potter, interested in Harry Potter. That's a big audience, Harry Potter. So what's the best way to get our thoughts and our feelings is to aim for Harry Potter. And you know what? If you support Harry Potter, then you're transphobic. You don't like us. You don't support us, and you feel like what this lady is saying about us is okay. But that's not the truth. I don't really care about this lady. I like what she produced. Okay, she's not in her movies saying, "Oh, you're a trans." F you. She's not saying no crazy stuff and putting it in her movies. So why does it matter? Everybody doesn't have to like you.
About trans people that got people so mad.
What did she say?
She says she supports and loves the trans community, but she does not believe that a trans woman should be competing with women in sports, and that a trans woman is not actually a woman.
I feel like she actually has common sense. If that's bad to say, I feel like she actually has common sense.
They call that woman evil. They say she's evil for saying that.
And I'm pretty sure they're evil for calling someone else evil for their beliefs. So what you're saying is you're being a hypocrite saying that everyone should have an open mind, but you're not having an open mind. You don't care that someone else might have an opinion that differs from yours. And if they do, then they're just outrageous. They shouldn't be a human. They shouldn't even be on this world because they don't accept me for who I want them to accept me as. And I'm not trying to be funny, but let's if you don't mind, can I just say something about these trans women? Okay, first of all, I have no issue with the LGBTQ community, okay? And I have no issue with trans anything, trans woman, trans alien, trans race, whatever you consider to be trans on that you want to transition into, that's fine, that's cool. But what you're not gonna do is walk in the same room as me and say I'm a woman. What you're not gonna do is say that you can hold a baby. You're not gonna tell me you get cramps from having a period. Not cramps because you didn't took medicine to mess up your hormones. So now you're feeling what you think may be a period cramp. But hypothetically, you're just saying all these things. What I feel like you can say that you're a woman, okay? If you're a trans woman, say you like the idea of being a woman, so you want to dress what you think a woman looks like. But as far as being an actual female, so let's get that correct. If you want to change the terminology, I'm down for that too. A woman, if you want to say a woman is someone that appears themselves to be a woman, but a female and a male is by genitalia. It's by what you actually was born with and what you have, okay? Or had, because I'm putting that in there too. Just because you had a vagina and you decide to change it into a penis, you know, to me, I'm not gonna hold you. You're still a woman. You just took your vagina off and you just put something else down there. You know what I'm saying?
Can they do that?
Yes, they can.
You know what I'm saying? Like, is it an actual, like...
Yes, you can actually go and get surgery to change your vagina into a penis, and you can get your penis changed into a vagina.
I know you can cut your dick off. I knew that.
Yes, so it was a lady on Instagram. I wish I would have gave you that source and that link so you could have showed it. But she was basically saying that she was a trans man and she can still have sex with women with her penis. She has a penis. She got a penis put on there, but she can't really come like you guys do, per se, you know. She can't, and it doesn't get, she was explaining that it gets hard, but it's not like solid rock hard like, you know, an average man penis to be, but it still gets the job done. And I'm just thinking in my head, you went through all that to become a man and you can't even do the basic functions for a man. Why would you think I want to mess with you? You can't even get hard. You can't even get hard all the way. I don't want to send me some.
That's enough. All right.
I'm just being honest. You can't lie. That makes me upset that they really believe that they're these people and they're not.
Yeah, another video to react to. That's wild. Silverbell is a VTuber who so she got bullied off of Twitch because she said she wanted to stream the Hogwarts Legacy game. And she ended up coming back and saying, you know what, fuck y'all. So I just wanted to play it. I thought this was one of the most hilarious reactions to this whole ordeal. We're going to play it in just a second, y'all. I'm struggling.
We are going to play a game, and I will preface this that I do not condone the ideals of this author. I just want to be a fucking wizard, and I want to play my wizard game that made my childhood worth living and the adventures that I went on with my friends. And I'm gonna be a fucking wizard. And we're gonna enjoy this fucking game. And I will not be bullied by a bunch of Twitter freaks with nothing better to do with their goddamn lives. Be nice to people. If you want to make changes, go make actual changes instead of harassing streamers on the internet. LGBT people are awesome. Twitter people are not awesome. Fuck you. Wizard game!
First of all, I just want to preface this by saying that I didn't know what VTubers was before I seen her. I don't know. I didn't know that was a thing that people get on like these avatars and stream and people actually watch that. That is mind blowing to me. But hey, if it works for you, it works for you. But I just want to say, when it comes to this conversation, I really do believe that most of this is not actually trans people. This mob of people, I don't believe it's that. I do believe there's a lot of black jobs out there that are trans people, but I think a lot of this harassment and getting people canceled shit is the quote unquote allies. That ain't got nothing to do with their life. They broke. they bored, their relationships ain't working, their jobs ain't paying, and so shit, I ain't got nothing to lose. Let me go out here and cancel other people, destroy buildings and all that shit. So yeah, I pretty much agree with you on that. So I mean, I don't think there's much else to say about that. Shit, I think.
Can I ask you a question?
But
How do you feel about how do you feel about damn, I'm trying to see how I want to ask it. Uh, Never mind. Okay.
go ahead. I mean,
Nah, I
feel
can't.
free. Feel free.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is a free space. What they say, a safe space. You can ask me whatever you want, whether it's controversial or private, whatever the case may be.
It was nothing. I think it was really nothing. I think we kind of already covered that. Well, no, you didn't really tell me how you feel about the subject of the trans women saying that they're women.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like I would just be reiterating everything. I mean, everything you said is something we've already said on this platform several times.
Okay.
So I'll say it for you, but my audience already knows that I believe that men are men and women are women. Now, I do believe you have the right to believe to live in your own bubble and believe what you want to believe. You want to say that you, whether if you're a man, you want to say that you're a woman.
Hmm.
I believe you have that right to do so. What I have a problem with is trying to impose your will on everybody else and trying to force me to adhere to your life. And here's the thing: we don't just go around disrespecting people, right?
Correct.
I'm not. If you tell me that you want to be called a woman, more than likely, what I'll do is, if I'm forced to deal with you every day, I'll just refer to you as she. It doesn't really bother me.
So pronouns, you feel like the pronouns that they're doing right now, do you feel like that's kind of unnecessary?
It is. I mean, I feel like it is unnecessary, but it's not so unnecessary that I'm just gonna like if I had to work with you or whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna be like, oh no, you're a he, just because it's unnecessary.
Yeah, well, I guess to a certain point, when it comes down to children, I feel like the pronouns,
That's a different story.
the pronouns are kind of, because, I had an incident where, my son is in Taekwondo, and, a little girl, I told her and her mother that she was very pretty, little girl. And the little girl in front of my son said to me, I would like to be called they, not she and her. I would like to be called they. And then we get in the car. My son says, why the hell, he basically said, Mommy, why she want to be called they? Isn't that plural? Is she more than one pronoun? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. Like,
that could be difficult for a parent to, especially a mother, who probably can't even compartmentalize that whole situation herself.
Yeah.
To have to explain that to her son. And so me personally, I just explain like, listen, we live in weird times, son.
I should have known.
We live in weird times. I mean, if I had a son, I'd just be like, listen, there is what's real, and then there's fantasy. A lot of people in our country right now live in their own personal fantasy, and it's up to I'm going to raise you to live in reality.
Correct.
If you choose after you're 18 to live in a fantasy, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But this is reality. This is what's going to happen if you do this. This is what's going to happen if you do that. And as long as you're in my house, this is how we're going to operate. I'm not calling nobody a they. If you come out and decide you want to be called a they or a them or whatever, it's not
A
going to happen.
then,
It's not going to happen.
thy.
It's not going to happen. And so that's just, I mean, I don't know. It's an interesting conversation to have. But yeah, you're right. When it comes to children, I'm not doing it. We're not doing it. You're a grown woman or a grown man, and you want to do that, that's on you. But when it comes to children, I'm not calling you shit. If you're a female, I'm calling you she. If you're a male, I'm calling you he.
Yeah.
Period.
No matter
You are
what.
not old enough, mature enough, or even have the brain development to know whether or not the decision you're making is even worthwhile.
Yeah, you got women that were bi or gay in high school, but now they're with a husband. They don't know what they want around that time. We change. We didn't change. Our preferences, everything.
The brain changes every 4 years. That's why you got so many of these people who transition that are trying to tell their story about how they regret their transition, and they're being silenced. I advise everybody to go and watch Wet is a Woman by Matt Walsh.
Oh yes, yes,
seen that?
yeah. I loved him.
Yeah.
I loved him, and a lot of times on Instagram I repost a lot of his stuff, and I get a lot of backlash saying, you know, that I'm transphobic. People has, you know, unfriended me and says that I'm this and I'm that, and I'm just like, call it what you want, but just he made a good example on one thing he said that wasn't on the show. It was in one of his videos, basically saying, you know, basically like a person said he was white. We could clearly see that he was white, but he wanted to be black, trans black. Okay, and you're saying you want me to accept you saying in your head you want to be a black man. I need to accept that by calling you an African American. Right, and your color, you can get a tattoo, you can get you whatever color change you want. But we all know that you're white. So it's just like, it's one of them things where you're just taking the whole listen to my
White
opinions.
people out there that's doing that whole I apologize thing, cut that shit out, bro. Cut that. Stop doing that weird ass shit. You ain't have nothing to do with slavery. Your ancestors did, okay, but like you ain't got nothing to do with what your ancestors did. And even if you are living off a trust fund that came from having slaves, what that got to do with you?
My point exactly.
Stop fucking apologizing. Stop fucking kissing ass.
And black people, stop making white people feel like they're obligated to kiss your ass because of what their ancestors then did.
Yeah, so before we get canceled, we're gonna move.
We don't want to get canceled. We accept everyone. We just stop throwing abuse on everybody.
Okay, let's see what we got.
You said something about a dating.
We're gonna get to the dating question. I'm trying to make sure. We did Little Mermaid. We did Ant okay. All right. So we're gonna get into the dating question that we got. Before we do that, guys, do a little housekeeping. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you are liking the video. Make sure that you guys are following me on Twitter. That's Atreus_Mets. Make sure that you are following us on Rumble. We gotta, I get it. We've been neglecting Rumble. We gotta get to 25 followers on Rumble, so we start streaming there. And I'll also gotta get Twitch on Pop. So for those of you who really want to support the channel, right, the best thing for you to do is make sure you subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and then every video that drops, you gotta play it in full. This is only if you're like a really big fan of the channel, you want to see it grow. Play every video in full, even if you're not interested in that particular topic. What you can do is you play the video, put it on mute, put it on 2 times the playback speed, and drop the like button. What that's going to do is that's going to drive the watch time up and engagement up and shoot us into the algorithm so that other people can see it. So only if you really want to support the channel. Otherwise, that's too much work for you to do. More than welcome to donate to the channel. Venmo and Cash App is in the description. We're going to go ahead and get into the dating topic, which it's a dating topic, but it's not really, because I didn't really plan on talking about this, because it recently just happened, but when it broke, I had to talk about it. Andrew Tate is free, ladies and gentlemen. Now, our guest here, I don't think she's really all that familiar with Andrew Tate. I'm not going to play a bunch of videos from Andrew Tate because, like I said, this is breaking news. I didn't really anticipate really talking about it. But Andrew Tate has a lot of controversial dating views. He says things like, he once said that a 19-year-old woman is more attracted to a man than a 25-year-old woman because she has less baggage. He also had to defend himself for referring to women as property. And so obviously what happened was he's being, accused in Romania for trafficking women and whatnot. But here's the thing. First of all, because my opinion is, even though women say they don't like men, like they hate men like Andrew Tate for speaking their views, I think women are realistically more attracted to women like Andrew Tate. And men like Andrew Tate. Even with the quote-unquote misogynistic views. I think, and what I've seen in interviews is that when women get around Andrew Tate, as opposed to seeing videos of him, their knees get weak. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give you a prime example. Everybody knows who Brittany Renner is. Brittany Renner is, everybody knows her reputation. She recently did an interview on Pearl's channel with Andrew Tate. That was kind of late last year. Oh, she was weak.
I need to see Andrew Tate. I'm not very well with names, but I feel like if I see a face,
Okay, well,
it'll bring me up to speed.
Bring up Andrew Tate.
But were you saying that he feels like women are his property?
I'll explain it.
Okay.
So this is Andrew Tate.
Okay, I've seen him
Yeah.
here and there. Not
He's
really.
become really famous. Now Andrew Tate, let's talk about the property thing, right?
Mhm.
So here's the point that he was making about property. It got really taken out of context because it was like an hour-long conversation. They clipped it and made it look a certain way. I don't know why Lil Nas X is on my screen.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask what he had to do with Andrew Tate.
I don't know. But so the point he was making is that when we're talking about the context of protecting women. Women want protection from men and whatever. And the thing is, anything in this life that you have to protect, you have to have authority over, right? If I have to protect something, it's my job to make sure that I have authority over it. Like if I have a car, you know what I'm saying? I have to make sure the car's locked. I
Mm,
make sure I park it in a place where it's not going to get stolen.
right.
And so he's talking about that in the context of women. He's basically saying, listen, if I'm in charge of protecting you, I can't have you out here just doing whatever the fuck you want to do. So it's like, oh no, I'm not safe. Like, how do I be safe walking at night by myself? Well, and it's like, well, you don't fucking go out at night.
I mean, it makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? How do I, men like, men like sexually assault me or when I go to the club or whatever the case may be, this and that happens. Well, you don't dress a certain way and you don't take your ass to the club. And so the way that he said it was that somebody asked him the question. So basically, you view women as property. And he responded the way he never said I view women as property.
Hmm.
He was responding to a question and basically said, I guess if property is the word that you want to use, then yeah. And so basically it blew up like, I only think of women as property. This, that, and the third. And yeah, so okay, so what was it? So the idea is that and this comes from the idea of you dealing with a really successful woman.
Hmm.
You don't get to tell them the reason why it's because the man. So what the idea is that what a woman looking at her face, what a woman wants from a man is, and this is why a lot of women think he's misogynist. And I mean, I agree with a lot of points. So I guess,
You guess what?
I guess. So the idea is that what you're looking for in a man is highly rated, successful. He's tall, nigga like me. I'm a 5'9". I can't. He like 6'2" or 3 or whatever the case may be. I ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But the things that a woman look for in a man is highly rare. Things that a man looks for in a woman is quite common. And so what his idea is, and what a lot of men like him feel like is that, yeah, if you want the protection, the provisioning, the making your life easier and all of this stuff like that, that's what we ask for. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to find very many men that can do what Andrew Tate does. But this idea that it's going to be equal, where like I belong to you, is
Hold on, we got cut. This ain't my show, but cut. Hold on. Trey, you was doing so good. Okay, up until this conversation. Okay,
Go ahead.
listen, that is not true. I cannot agree with you that what a man looks for in a woman is common. And what a woman, because first of all, your views on what you said a woman looks for in a man, that's not my views for what I look for in a man. Okay.
Hold on. Let's make sure we understand. You might be the exception to the rule. I don't know. But
And quite frankly, knowing you and who you dated in the past, I would say it's quite.
First of all, we are not gonna do this.
Let me say this though. Most women are looking for, and this is what a lot of y'all don't realize. Even when y'all try to talk about how much different y'all are, most women are pretty much looking for the same thing. There are definitely women that don't.
You're saying successful. You mentioned something about, your height or whatever. I know you were just
typically what women look for in men. Typically, women want men who
go diggers.
No, I don't believe there's such thing.
Ooh. Yeah, it is women out there that just strictly come.
If there is such thing as a gold digger, everyone's gold. I don't believe that. I don't think women.
I might not be a woman. I might not be a woman.
I think you're what you look for. And my personal opinion, that's a conversation for another day. I think what most women are looking for is a man that's more successful than they are, more confident. More confident, more competent. A man who typically is taller. That's biology. You're looking for protection, right? You're looking for a man who can protect you and your children. And so you want a man who can. You don't want to date a little nigga who any man can just backslap. He ain't gonna do. So you want a man who dangerous, who can protect you. You want a man who's more competent, and who's going to lead you. And so that's typically. I'm not saying all women. You know what I'm saying? But typically that's what women are looking for in today's world. That's rare. Let's keep it a being, like especially in our community. A lot of
it's rare for a woman to not want that.
It's rare. It's rare for a man to be all those things.
But that's what I'm saying. For example, you said a man doesn't need anything from a woman, but that's not truly the case. Of course, yeah, if you said that this man is supposed to be this big old, guy who's supposed to be able to protect the family or whatever. Okay, cool. So I can understand you saying. Yeah, I can understand you saying that he may not need the protection from me, I guess. Okay. But he still would need me as, to be honest, you can be a backbone. And most men, they have the muscle. Hold on. Most men have the muscle part down pat. Okay. The providing part down pat. But a lot of times, especially in Black communities, men do not know how to emotionally handle themselves, and sometimes having all that muscle doesn't always end you in the most best place. So sometimes you do need a woman that you can feel connected to, that you can be able to have those conversations with and stuff like that to guide, because where there is a strong man, there is a Black woman behind there helping him. I don't believe that a man can just have everything on his own. If that's the case, then you're right, you don't need a woman.
I was just about to say, so what we're talking about is a highly successful individual, which is, when I say most women want is most women these days want a highly successful individual. Now, whether or not they'll actually get that is not even a conversation we're having.
Right.
When you're talking about if a man is going to be a highly successful individual, I mean, everything that a woman provides, technically, he paid for. Like Andrew Tate made this fortune by himself.
Okay.
Elon Musk, he's the richest man, well, at least before buying Twitter, he's the richest man on the planet. He did that by himself. And so the thing is, the idea that if you are, and we're not even talking about Andrew, I think Andrew Tate is a billionaire. Obviously, Elon Musk is a billionaire.
Mm-hmm.
But even if we're talking about just a man who's making six figures, we got a lot of men out here who make six figures but don't really have any women like that, so they want, but perhaps they might be a woman.
Right.
But if we're talking about a highly driven, highly successful man, the idea is that he doesn't really need. So in his mind, right, if I'm in charge of protecting you,
you should listen to me.
Now, I don't. The property word is such a charge word. Like I can't call you property because first of all, if you're my property,
I own you.
Right. I don't own you.
Right.
Anything that's my property doesn't have the mental capacity to get up and walk out if it wants to. Like, there's nothing in here that I own that can get out there. Even my dog.
I was going to say, what about your dog? I was just about to say that.
My dog, technically, if he wanted to,
it's not your problem.
I let him outside on his own. He's completely independent. I let him outside, and then I walk in the house and do whatever I got to do in the morning. So I let him out the door. He goes out there on his own. He uses the restroom. He comes back on his own position. Technically, if he wanted to, he could say, fuck this shit. I to get up out of here. I love this nigga. I full love me. But I don't own any sentient being.
Okay, property, I can understand now, because, when at first I was like, well, he my property too. Okay, I can understand what you're saying by using the word property. I do think it was kind of extreme, but as far as him having all this money and still saying like, I mean, as far as him telling, like, if you're asking me, like, if I was to get with a man, like you said, for example, Andrew Tate, if he telling me, it depends on what he's at. First of all, you're not finna tell me nothing. I guess, see, that's my biggest thing. You're not finna tell me nothing. We could conversate and you can tell me your views on how you feel about how you would want your woman to come out, how you would want me to, act or anything like that. So maybe, there's some things we could accommodate. But if that's the case, if it's just too much that I can't get with, you're right, I'm not going to be able to do it. You're going to have to find someone else who's going to be your puppy, because that's what it sounds like. He wants someone that's going to be his puppy because he has all of these big things. He feels like, if I'm offering you this lifestyle, the least you can do is listen to me. No, the least I can do is be here for you. I can support you. But as far as you telling me, but then again, there are certain things, whether you have 6 figures or no figures, there are certain things as a woman being with a man that you should and shouldn't do anyway. So an example about the club thing, I agree with you. First of all, when you go into the club, majority of the time, I know somebody's going to be upset about this, but majority of the time you go into the club, you're more so going like with a group of single friends. It's very rare you're going to be the whole group of married people going to the club, and let alone if you do see them, they usually kind of have some type of clothing on. So you see what I'm saying? So as far as him saying, I don't want you going to the club, I don't want you to be wearing your titties all out and stuff like that, I can understand, because baby, I don't even want to see that on single women. Sometimes I feel like that's just too much. So I can understand him saying that. Now she has an issue with that, then she just has an issue with just being with somebody. And you know what I'm saying? It's showing having a committed relationship. But as far as him saying, for example, like, do what I gotta say, do, like jump. When I say jump, do this, go there, go to the grocery store when I tell you to. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild. You can keep your money and your fortune and I'm gone.
I think the issue would probably be with how you said it. I don't think any man should be like, yo, go to the store and do X, Y, Z, and then if you don't, you gotta go type shit. I think it's obviously a way you gotta say it, because women don't take everything. Like if I was talking to a nigga, I'd be like, hey bro, go to the store and do this real quick. That's different. When we talk to a woman, you probably be like, hey, can I get you to go to the store and get X, Y, Z, or whatever the case may be. But yeah, if I tell your ass some shit, you get me. Because my thing is we dealing with a time now. Like me, I'm not gonna argue with you. You know what I'm saying? You start arguing and getting all, I'm gonna pull out my phone, start recording. I'm like, you can leave.
Right.
You can leave. You know what I'm saying? But I get what you're saying. It is really a way in which you say certain stuff, do certain stuff. I do think when it comes to certain things a woman should know, we live in a different time. So women will shit test you. Like some women will know they shouldn't be doing certain things, but they'll try it anyway to see what she wants to say.
Right.
So yeah, like I'll give you a prime example, or not a prime example of that, but I had somebody on a date, and she was supposed to pull up at 6 o'clock. This was months ago. And then she texted me. She was like, "All right, I'm about to give away." Before I know it, 10 o'clock p.m. And then she texted me like, "What's the gate code?" I said, "Don't worry about it." And she called me like, "You tripping? This, that, and the third." I'm like, "Sweet, it's 4 hours later. What you think? 6?"
Did she didn't talk to you within those whole 4?
No.
Well, then I can see you being upset about that. Like you wanted.
About being upset, it's about a lack of respect.
Okay, yes. Okay, a lack of respect. It's like, oh, so basically what you saying is, it's not, don't worry about the time we said we was going to meet up. It's whatever you decide, whatever you thought was more important than, really, she could have just communicated to you. That's how I feel. If she knew she wasn't going to be able to come at 6, hey, is it cool if I come a little later?
But what I'm saying is, a lot of women nowadays are so used to not being told anything. Just like you said, ain't nobody going to tell me anything. You can say that. But if somebody's dealing with me and I tell you something, it's a different effect, because you think she cut me off after that? No, she was right back over here. She actually liked being told, like, this is what you're not gonna do, this is what you gonna do, this is what you're not gonna do.
I think that's why I like you as a friend, because it's a few times you didn't told me
a
lot of things.
What you want to do, this is what you're not.
I might have been upset, but look where I'm at. Still communicate with you.
Yeah, you upset right now. But and this is why I'm a fan of doing things in person. That's why I want to do this in person and not over the phone or on, because in person is just a different beast.
Yeah.
It's a lost art. If I tell you over the phone, this is what you're not going to do. But it's easy for, just like in the dating world right now, it's easy for women to reject men.
it's easy to not respond to a DM. It's easy to be like, I'm good, because you can't experience that man in person.
Correct.
You get in front of him and you get to smell his cologne, his swag, how he's dressed, all of that.
Personality.
How he actually is.
Personality, the main important thing you didn't have.
Whatever it is, it's a whole different beast. And so, yeah, when you can say you ain't gonna tell me nothing, but like, okay, you can say that. But if I tell you now, I ain't gonna tell you something that I wouldn't do myself. Right? That it's up to the woman to, follow a man that knows what he's doing. So yeah, so Andrew Tate is out. He was charged. Well, he hasn't been charged with anything. They hold this man in prison for 3 months.
Sheesh.
With no charges. He was accused of sex trafficking girls, right?
With no proof?
No proof. The girls accusing him of rape, are on video, living at his house, going shopping on TikTok.
Oh my gosh.
They're leaving when they want to. They're catching Ubers. They having a grand old time, and then suddenly, we're being tracked.
Listen. You know what? Never mind. This might be, you know what? We won't discuss this right now, what I wanted to ask.
All right. So, okay, guys, that has been the show. All right. I think this has been successful. Again, this is AJ. Tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at golden.rose __. Okay, I will accept you guys. Just hit the request. Okay. And Facebook, Lachey Appleberry.
Okay. Yeah, and y'all know where y'all can find me. All the links will be in the description. This has been an excellent show. We'll edit out some of the shenanigans.
Keep some of the bloopers because it was pretty good.
Yeah, so guys, I appreciate you for coming up, and I look forward to doing more of this in the future. All right, so we're gonna check out on this one. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.